Hey everybody, welcome back to episode 16 of the Layout Build series. Today we're working on the warehouse here, or I guess underneath the warehouse. I had an idea towards the end of the last episode that I would put an industry underneath this Warhammer warehouse. Kind of a random idea, but I think it's gonna work. So before we do get into it, I wanna show off some of the things I've done. I removed the scenery here in front of the stairs. And I've also added some gravel around the building. And behind the warehouse, I got some scenery done, some grass, dirt. Looks really nice, instead of just pink foam. And also over here, I've ballasted and added dirt. So this last week, I've been trying to figure out how I'm gonna do this, because it is a new concept, at least to me, but it's pretty simple. So when you remove the warehouse, you have 4 pieces that will snap into place. So this is just an accessory. But we have piece number 3. This is piece number 4, I guess. Piece number 2, and then our main piece. I'm using polystyrene as the, I guess, base of these little modules. And I'm using pretty thick polystyrene. So I have one piece done. This is just a piece of polystyrene, like I said, but I have magnets. So I have 2 magnets there and 1 magnet there. So right here on the foam, or on the actual layout, I have 4 magnets, just like how they are on my asphalt piece. So in theory, if I want to, as soon as I take the warehouse off, I can grab this and it falls right into place. It's nice little feature, and this is what we're gonna do with the other pieces. So it falls into place, and it's almost seamless. That's why I added the gravel, and that is why I removed that like little sand part right here, just so this is more fluid and makes more sense. So in theory, once this piece is in, this piece will snap in. One more piece here, and then the final piece goes right there. Now it's pretty much just a matter of creating the mini dioramas with these pieces. And if you're curious, I added these bollards. Someone corrected me in the last episode on how to pronounce them. Bollards, ballards. But I added 3 of them so you can easily take it out. Easy removal. I'm not gonna worry about placement of magnets. Like, I'm not gonna measure where the magnets are, but we're gonna use quite a bit of them, but only for these 2 pieces. All right, my bad. We're actually using a 7/64 bit. All right, now we got the proper bit. I have drilled all the holes. We got pretty much one in every corner, including on that piece back there. And then we have a weird configuration in the middle, but with this, then I'll know that it always goes that way. Using a hobby knife, we're gonna scrape off the tops so it's nice and smooth. All right, now we're going to put magnets in each and every one of these holes. Very small magnets. So for a size comparison, here's a magnet next to a cone. It's very small, but these magnets they work really well. So pretty much we're just gonna put these magnets and we're gonna glue them in the holes with tacky glue. So I forgot to mention, like magnets, they do snap together in one way, but in another way, they want to reject each other. So we have to make sure that the magnets on the polystyrene match the magnets in the foam. So that's the first magnet right there. We got 4 more to go. And I do want to show a little bit of up close. You can see the magnet sticks out a little bit, but it's flush on the bottom. It's not a big deal because this entire piece will be covered in scenery. All right, it has been a few days since my last clip, and I've accomplished quite a bit since then. Since then, I have cleaned up and sanded the propane tanks. I did try to get all the little seams, but I think there are some left. I then cut out all the small piping details from the sprues. Before repainting the propane tanks, I decided to fill in those seams, or try my best to fill in the seams, with Tamiya putty. It worked pretty good. Just smells crazy. Once it was all dry, I sanded it down with some fine grit sandpaper, and then I repainted the propane tanks with a flat white. And then I think it was the following day, but I then went to Hobby Lobby so I could get some more of those small magnets. All right, well, we're here by, I guess, a bunch of letters, but this is where I get the magnets. So these are the ones I'm getting. They're only $1.99. They do also have bigger ones, but we do not need those. So here's the magnets, if you are curious on what I used. Live in Hobby Lobby. Hopefully they're 40% off. Once I had the magnets, I added the rest that was needed to the small piece. And that brings us to this point here. Let's get these pieces out. Oh, I should actually show them off here. So I got all the magnets in, so let's test the magnets. So we have one on each corner, one in the middle. So once it reaches a certain point, it will grab. Oh, do you hear the snap? So satisfying. Oh yeah, and I also marked off the pieces so you know exactly where they go. So just with a little bit of pushing, gently. Oh. You kind of see how strong the magnet is. And then this piece, right here, look at that. Pops right into place. I would say that this is kind of overkill. You don't need all this snapping into place stuff. So this last piece here will not have magnets. I think it'll just be a fall into place kind of thing. Maybe I will put magnets on it someday, but for now this is fine. We are at the workbench and we are now going to cover up these 2 main pieces. And this one's going to get the asphalt. This is the same paste that I have been using and it works really good. So we're going to cover this entire piece with the asphalt, sand it down, make it look good like the other one. And then for the big piece, I don't know, I'm not sure how I'm going to approach this, but we're going to get this one done first, and then we'll see exactly what I'm going to do with this one. I think I'm going to cover it with dirt, and then put the propane tanks on with the piping, but I might also use some of this nicely colored rock. Because I'm making a mess, we're going to use the foam core to help prevent the mess. Crack this open. Fresh. This is what I did with the last time. Or this is what I did on the last piece, I should say. And you just kind of paint it on there. And it looks like it won't work, but it worked the first time, so. Of course I think of it now, but I should have probably sanded this piece so the asphalt paste adheres to it better, but as you can see, it covers it pretty well. All right, so we're gonna set this piece off to the side now. You see we covered, I would say 99% of it. We might have to go back once it's sanded to add a little bit more, but that's okay. While we're at it, we're gonna fill these holes. So we filled the holes with the asphalt paste. Might as well, since I already have a mess going on here. But I forgot that I'm gonna actually do a small corner here of asphalt, just so the cars or trucks have a little bit more of a turning radius. So that's what we're gonna add right here. And this is why I wear gloves, because, well, makes a mess. All right. It is the next day, and today we're going to sand these down, this piece and this piece. This one is going to get dirt. I'm going to be using my backyard dirt, and it'll be covered pretty much up to like this point, and we'll put a little bit of piping right here. So my plan is to have the piping somewhere right here. We'll glue it during the process with the dirt. And then finally, I think I've decided that I'm going to paint this brown, and then we're going to go from there. We're going to paint this brown, go from there and see exactly what the scene might need, or maybe what it doesn't need. Because this might be grass, it might be asphalt, it might be concrete, I'm not sure yet. But once these two pieces are done, then I'll have a better idea of what to do. So I have been going ham on this project for the past, I'd say, week and a half. One feature I didn't show off was this. Check it out. We got a magnet. See that? So I put a magnet into a Lego piece, so then the stairs snap into place. So whenever I move this building or have to deal with it, I do not have to deal with this. Bam! All right. So now I'm going to show off exactly how things are going. So this is how it's going to look. This is going to be the system so far. So it's broken down into a few pieces. So our main piece here snaps into place. This main piece snaps into place. Boom. And just like that, we have a brand new industry. So there are some gaps like this. I'm going to try to figure out how to resolve that situation, but honestly at certain angles you won't really notice. But I do want it to be perfect, or at least as close to perfect as I can. So we haven't glued down the propane tanks yet. I think I'm going to figure that out in the next episode. But we do have a little bit of the piping, but we obviously still have a lot of piping to add. But we're going to do more research and figure it out. But anyways, if you guys have any ideas of what I should do, I think I'm kind of going pretty good. I kind of know what I'm doing, sort of. This piece is undetermined. I might do grass right here, and maybe more grass, and then maybe asphalt. Obviously, I still need to paint these bollards, or whatever the hell they're called. And yeah, it's looking pretty damn good. So like I said, if you guys have any recommendations on what I should do or maybe what I should add, let me know in the comments. Other than that, I think it's coming along pretty good. I apologize. I just want to get this next video out so you guys have an idea of what's going on. Well, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next episode where we go ham and finish it up.